Hello and welcome to the Dr. Curious and George Show. And I am George. Today we will be explaining the pros and cons of biotechnology having a role in the future of food.
Biotechnology is the application of scientific techniques to modify and improve plants, animals, and microorganisms to enhance their value. The world's most widely used herbicide, 2,4-dichlorofenoxyacetic acid, which has a complex mechanism which acts against undesired plants. This genetically engineered acid has been widely produced and utilized with terrific results. It instigates the production of an abundance of food afforded to the modern world.
Dichlorofenoxyacetic acid is also known as 2,4-D.
Another example of biotechnology having a positive effect in food is the push-pull system. This method can be seen working successfully in Africa. This is where corn borers, agricultural insect pests, and Striga, a parasitic plant genus, once ravaged and destroyed entire harvests. However, due to the push-and-pull system, the harvests were saved. The push-and-pull system works by growing complementary plants beside the main crops. The main crop releases a repellent chemical which pushes the corn borers away. Meanwhile, the complementary plants secrete chemicals which attract the borers. It was later discovered that this complementary plant also released a hormone which prevented the Striga plant from growing as well. This improvement to the success of the crops demonstrates how biotechnology can provide a cheap and efficient way of preventing pests and ensuring a healthy harvest.
Unfortunately, reactions required to make these herbicides cause a large amount of environmental pollution. Due to runoff flowing into rivers and production of these chemicals have a byproduct being greenhouse gas emissions. One particular chemical reaction used in generating fertilizer requires 1 to 2% of all of the world's energy every year. That is the equivalent of 200 thermonuclear bombs.
Each of the 200 bombs was bigger than the one which hit Hiroshima, Japan at the end of World War II. The reaction is called the Haber-Bosch process and involves producing ammonia from nitrogen and hydrogen in the air. The ammonia synthesized is used to fertilize fields worldwide, although it causes many environmental issues.
Another example of the undesirable effects of fertilizer is that of the 2011 drought in Britain. It led to fertilizer pellets being unable to break down in the soil and consequently causing environmental damage. One solution to this could be nitrogen fixing in the yields. Nitrogen fixation is the conversion of nitrogen into compounds which plants can absorb. However, this form of fertilizer requires a large amount of energy and so is not profitable. A large percentage of the yield, enhanced by botanical science, is contributed to the feeding of livestock. Livestock are highly inefficient systems and so, it takes between 50,000 to 100,000 liters of water to raise 1 kilogram of beef, because of the large amount of crops the animal consumes.
An alternative to traditional livestock is meat production in a laboratory. This is called cultured meat, and is generated by developing muscle cells from a single, clone meat cell. These can be in the forms of bioscaffold or in a self-supporting chunk. This laboratory meat production could be the way of the future as it prevents environmental degradation, currently caused by livestock, and is also a solution to the ethical issue involving eating animals. Furthermore, this cultured meat would allow large amounts of energy, greenhouse gas emissions and land to be saved. These savings would be beneficial to all society. This scientific research on cultured meat is still to be completed. Many people believe it to be the future of meat.
A major issue of the future of food is space.
Luckily, Professor of Microbiology, Dixon Desbonnier, found a possible solution.
Vertical farms. The idea behind vertical farming is to produce food in multi-story greenhouse buildings in cities and suburban situations, worldwide. This is instead of farms, allowing the farmland to be returned to a wildlife reserve standard.
An example of a vertical farm was created by the Dutch group, Plantland. The group used LED light instead of natural light to cultivate their crops. The LED lights do not use the entire spectrum and therefore have less inhibitory wavelengths, allowing better results. The Plantland vertical farm recorded growth rates of produce to be 3 times that of crops grown in an outdoor environment.
Positive aspects of these vertical farms include reduced land requirements, increased photosynthetic efficiency, allowing crops to grow in less light and with better energy efficiency. Due to the efficient LED bulbs, scientists are developing crops which are directly beneficial for the consumer's health and well-being. An example of this is omega-3, which is important in a healthy body and is commonly related to certain fish. However, omega-3 can be found in marine algae. The genes associated with the production of omega-3 can be separated and cloned. Scientists can mobilize the omega-3 gene and grow it within oilseeds. This would be an advantageous and effective method of incorporating more omega-3 into society's lifestyle. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization estimate that there are currently 1 billion malnourished people worldwide. This problem will only increase as the FAO reveal that an extra 2 billion people will live on the planet by 2050. Therefore, it is crucial for scientists and farmers alike to research and discover new ways of providing food to all of the population. This will require the utilization of biotechnology, as traditional methods are already struggling under the pressure of the current demand. Society will need to find new ways to feed itself before it reaches 2050, when we have 9 billion people and not enough food. We hope you have enjoyed your taste of food of the future.